part of Britain's southern strategy in the American Revolution, it was imperative that the forces of the Crown would win the hearts and minds of its loyalist colonial allies. After the successful capture of Savannah in 1778 and Charleston in 1780, they had control of the key southern ports. All that they needed was success in the backcountry regions to the west. British General Henry Clinton tasked Lord Cornwallis to mop up remnants of the colonial army in the Carolinas before turning attention to the north. The Continental forces were largely military units, and to supplement them, George Washington sent regular units from Maryland and Delaware, under the command of French officer Johann de Kalb. As the American troops began to advance on Cornwallis's troops at Camden, South Carolina, they were joined by militia troops from North Carolina and Virginia. The entirety of this force was entrusted to General Horatio Gates, the much-lauded hero of Saratoga. At his command were 3,000 Continental troops. At the same time, Cornwallis deployed 2,000 men north. At the vanguard of his army were dragoons under the command of the dreaded Banastre Tarleton. At 2 o'clock in the morning on August the 16th of 1780, both forces accidentally clashed, and after a brief skirmish they pulled back, neither side wanting to engage in a night battle. At dawn, both sides arrayed for a fight. As was customary for the European generals of the time, Cornwallis placed his strongest troop, that was the 23rd Royal Welsh Fusiliers and the 33rd Regiment of Foot, on his right flank. Now, for some reason, Gates did the same thing, only his Virginia and North Carolina militias, which were his weakest troops, were placed up against Cornwallis's elite troops. Now, Gates compounded his mistakes by placing himself and his staff 200 yards behind the battle line. Now, the battlefield was bordered on either side by swamps. Now, this protected each side from a flank attack, but also hemmed the forces in. And visibility was also hampered by the light pine forest that the battle took place in. Leading from the front lines, Cornwallis took quick stock of the situation and ordered a bayonet charge with his left wing. The 800-strong 33rd Fusiliers advanced against a militia force that was 4 times their size. Now, the Virginia and North Carolina militias, who'd never experienced a bayonet charge before, immediately threw down their weapons and promptly fled the battle. They ran so fast that they suffered only 3 wounded in their cowardly rout. Now, according to Otho Williams, one of Gates's staff, the British charge, quote, threw the whole body of militia into such a panic that they generally threw down their loaded arms and fled in the utmost consternation. The unworthy example of the Virginians was almost instantly followed by the North Carolinians. Furthermore, in a letter to Thomas Jefferson, then governor of Virginia, Williams stated, "Picture it as bad as you possibly can, and it will not be as bad as it really is." At the same time, the Continental troops held briefly, even launching an unsuccessful counterattack against the British left, before they too began to falter. Instead of pursuing the fleeing American flank, the British right turned inward and began attacking Gates's center. And to finish off the Americans, Cornwallis ordered Tarleton's dragoons to circle around to the American rear. Attacked from 3 sides, the only way out for the remnants of the Continental right flank was into the adjoining swamp. Now, de Kalb, who was commanding the American reserves, was mortally wounded, and the reserves were unable to close with the British. After only an hour, the battle was over, with the Americans suffering over 2,000 casualties. Tarleton and his dragoons had an enjoyable time pursuing fleeing rebels, and they only stopped the slaughter when exhaustion and dark overcame them hours later. Perhaps the biggest casualty of the Battle of Camden was the military career of General Horatio Gates. As his right flank had dissolved and fled at the beginning of the battle, he too swiftly fled northward, riding 60 miles to Charlotte, North Carolina by nightfall. As Alexander Hamilton Riley noted, but was there ever an instance of a general running away as Gates has done from his whole army? And was there ever so precipitous a flight? 180 miles in 3 days and a half. It does admirable credit to the activity of a man at his time of life. There were a number of apologists for Gates that stated he was attempting to rally his faltering troops, and reports of his cowardice were greatly exaggerated. But the die was cast, and Gates's military reputation was destroyed. Now, for Washington, this wasn't entirely a negative. He was rather glad to be rid of Gates, who'd been a political adversary and troublemaker since the beginning of the war. He placed the Southern Command under Nathanael Greene, and with this, the colonial fortunes in the Southern theater began to change. For years, this battlefield's been largely overlooked, with only a pull-off and some small signage marking its location. However, recently the American Battlefield Trust has acquired much of the site, and they're working on ensuring its preservation. Now, one of the positive aspects of it being so overlooked is that the battlefield still appears much as it did in 1780. Also, interestingly, in 2022, the remains of 13 soldiers were discovered in shallow graves during an archaeological survey. Now, 12 of these soldiers fought for the Continental Army, and 1 fought for the British, and they were subsequently reburied in 2023 with full military honors, with the funeral being conducted by both the American Army and the Royal Highland Fusiliers. So let's see if Tarleton can defeat the Colonials like he did in 1780, and we'll see if Gates runs away like a big pussy that he is. So we were going to play this. It's one of the easier of the hold the line games. Pretty straightforward here. The Americans have to get 6 victory points or avoid a British victory. The British have to get 6 victory points in 20 turns or less. And this is the setup. This is going to be one of those battles where 2 lines rush into each other. British get to go first. And they start with 3 command points. The Colonial will start with 2. So we'll roll for British command points. They get a +1, putting them at 4. And I think what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get this little corner here. I think I can win a little bit more if I can start taking out these militia units. So we'll go 2 and 1 and 2. 2. There's 3. 1, 2, 3. I got 1 more left. I'm going to move Tarleton here. And I think that's going to do me. Okay, the Americans get to go, so we'll flip. We'll run, run to the American, it says French phase, but it should be American phase. There we go. And we give them their action points, and they get 1. So they have 3 action points. I guess what we will do is try to move DeKalb and his group forward. I've got 3, so we're going to go 1, 2, and 3. We're going to try to keep it open for that cannon. Okay, that is it. Flip it and go to turn 2. British action points are 3. 1, 2, 3. They've got 6. Okay. Let's see. We're going to attack here and attack here. Actually, we can fire with cannons. So let's see. Artillery, that's a 3 hex range. So let's use those guys first. 1, 2, 3. I think we can go here. Okay. So we're going to mark him moved, and he needs a 6 to hit. 3, 2, 2. Nothing. Okay. This guy will go. Let's try to attack artillery to artillery. Marked moved. Okay, and we roll a 6, 5, and 3. Okay, that's enough to take a hit for him. Then I know what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3. We're going to move the Dragoon into place. Okay. We'll move Tarleton up 1, and then we're left with 1, 2. Okay. This guy will go here, and this guy will go here. And 2, 2, 2, and 1, 4, 4. Okay, they're just firing, so neither of those hit. They needed a 5 or 6 to hit. So, okay, that's it for the British turn 2, phase 1. Americans during turn 2. We'll flip this marker, and they get +1. So they get 3 action points. What am I going to do? Okay, I think we're going to, first of all, we're going to blast him. Now he needs a 4, 5, or 6. And he gets 2, so he eliminates that Dragoon unit. And we'll give him a mark moved. They need a fire. The one thing I would say that this this game needs is a fire marker. That would be nice to have. Okay. Yep, mark moved. Because I have to use marked move to show that I fired. Okay, that was 1. And then we will try, let's go here on the light and this on the light. So these two are going to attack the light. Well, this one will attack and then we'll see. So we hit 3. Oh my gosh, 5, 6, 6. That's 3. He takes the light out. Okay, and I'm going to move into that. So this guy, instead of firing on the light, he's going to tire just a regular infantry unit, this militia. And he gets a 5. That's enough to take a hit. Mark moved and mark moved. So those 3 went. So, okay, that's the end of the American phase of turn 2. We'll flip our marker, move our up to the next turn. Roll for AP is 3 for the Brits. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the King's Army goes. Let's see what I want to do. Well, Tarleton will move here. That's 1. This guy will move here. That's 2. We'll fight with our cannon. And that's going to be a need of 6. Got it. Okay. So it takes out that cannon. That's our 1, 2, 3. We'll fight here. Let's say I'm going to do a close combat on this guy. No, I'm not. I'm not going to waste it. Mark moved. We're going to roll for 3. Got a 5, so that reduces him by 1. And 1, 2, 3. This one can move. I'm going to shoot at that guy. 4, 2, and 1. I needed a 6, so that's enough. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I 6? I think I have 1 left. Okay. And let's move him forward. Okay. That's the end. Flip our marker. Go to turn 3 American turn, and they get 4 action points. Okay, 1, 2, 3. They will fire, and 4. I'm going to use, these guys are going to go, and I'm going to see if I can hit Tarleton. Why not? Mark moved. We roll for 3. Oh, 1, 6, and 1. Well, what do you know? Okay. First of all, he takes a hit, but I got 2 1s there. Tarleton, well, if I get a 1, then Tarleton is dead. Nope. Okay, Tarleton makes it. And then we're going to try to blast a guy here. Need a 6? I do. With a 6, I do a hit. Oh, no, I can't hit. I'm sorry. Let's go here. I'm going backwards. These 3, 6, 4, and 3, they needed a 5 or 6. So they take a hit. Mark moved. Mark moved. And 2, 3, 2, nothing. Okay, and then this guy is going to try to shoot. He gets a 6, so he hits. And that is the end of the turn. We flip our marker. We move our turn to turn 4. And we give the British 4 APs. Okay. I think we will use 1, 2, 3. Let's start here. Okay, Tarleton is going to try to close combat. No, he's not. He's going to fire. Going to fire 3. Gets a 5, a 4, and a 2. He should have done the close combat. Okay. This guy is going to go, this infantry is going to go against this guy in regular combat. And rolls 3, nothing. Okay, and then this guy is going to go in regular combat. Rolls a 2, 4, and 2, nothing. We got one left to go. I'm going to shoot. 553, nothing. Okay. So they didn't do, the British didn't do much that turn. Flip our marker to the American side. Go forward. It's American turn. And they get a +1. Okay. Tarleton. Gonna move this guy forward. Gonna attack Tarleton. Oops, 3. 1, 3, and 2. Didn't. Okay, so the units didn't take anything, but Tarleton gets a 6. So Tarleton survived that one. If I would have got a 1, he would have died. And then finally, let's go here to here. 6, 5, and 1. Takes 2, which eliminates this guy. Okay, gonna move in. And that's the end of the turn. We flip the marker. Move to turn 5. British get 5 action points. And first of all, we're going to fire here. So that artillery goes 6, 1, and 5. And it needed a 5 or 6. And that was enough to get rid of him. And we can make a mark moved here. Tarleton will go on this one. And with the 6, he's able to eliminate him. We'll just move into position. And whoop. Then this guy will go against this 1. 2 5s. Yep, that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. Okay, the tide is changing. Okay, so we have 3 that went. We were at 5 or 4? We had +2. The British had +2. So we were at 5. And so there's 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then I've got 2 left. Okay. 1, 2. We'll just move those into place. Pretty much the colonial left flank is given out. Okay. That takes us back down. Americans get to go. Whoop. Turn 5. French player. Don't need them. Turn 5. American player gets 3. Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. They got 5. So they can come up here for Tarleton. This guy will attack Tarleton. Needs 3, and he gets a 6, a 4, and a 2. Okay, so Tarleton's elite take a point. But Tarleton doesn't. Okay. We're going to move this cannon. Needs a 6. Does it? Okay. And then 2 of these guys will attack. I'm just going to attack here against here. No, I'm going to just use a regular. I'm going to fire. 2, 3, 3. And then I'm going to fire here and here. And that's a 5, 5, and 1. So the 5 does it. So they take a hit. Okay. Then we flip. We go to turn 6. The British get to go. And they get a +3. Okay. They need to eliminate 2 units. 1 and 2. So that's 2 units. And then I think we can blast them out. Let's start with Tarleton here. So Tarleton goes... he is going to do a close combat. I think we're going to see if we can do that. So this guy, Dragoon, rolls a D1, and they need to get a 1 or 2. They do not, so they are retreating. And then Tarleton goes and he needs a 4, 5, or 6. Oh, 2, that is enough. Okay, so 2 hits. Hit taken. Okay. We can delete that. Okay, then this guy, going to go 2, and he's going to do the same thing. And we roll a single die. Oh, a 2. So he makes it. He makes the morale save. And then this guy gets to go. Now he needs a 4, 5, or 6. And he needs 2 of them. Whoops. Oh, 3 6s. And that wraps it up. The game is over. So basically what happened is they were able to entirely eliminate the American left flank. And at that point, the Americans left the field and Gates ran off like a big pussy that he is. So, okay, that is Camden, which was a British victory pretty handily. Now we'll look at it through the eyes of Command and Colors Tricorne. Okay, let's take a look at Tricorne's version of Camden here. Now, the special rules on this, one thing to note is that the Continentals start with 5 command cards and 3 combat cards, while the British start with 6 command cards and 3 combat cards, and the British get to move first. There are 8 victory banners for either side, and these light units here, right here, these 2, they have the abilities of light infantry, but they have militia morale, and they retreat 3 hexes and have a -1 die on rally checks. So that's to show those Virginia and North Carolina units. Okay, we start with an opening cannonade, and let's see. So we'll just start with the British get to go first, so we'll put an attacker marker there, and they are going to fire at, I think we're going to go ahead and try to fire at that cannon. So it's going to be 2, 2, 1, plus they get an extra dice for being at 4. So that's going to be 2 dice, right? Yeah, I think so. 2 dice there. And we get a flag and an infantry. Okay, he's next to 2 units, so that we don't have to worry about the flag. Okay, we'll do the same thing here with this guy. And again, 2, 2, 1. He gets 2 dice for being at 4. Cavalry, cavalry. Okay, then this guy gets to go here. Attacker marker. And I'm going to try to maybe knock those militia out here. So we've got 2, 2, 1. So he has 2 die. He gets an extra dice for being at 4. So 2 dice against the militia. It's a flag and a flag. Okay. He's next to 2 other units, so that ignores 1 flag, but it's going to send him back 3. 1, 2, 3. And we'll see if he makes a rally check. He has 4. And I forget whether being next to a guy next to a leader helps your rally, but I'll just say he's got 4 -1 or 3 dice. Infantry, flag, and saber, so he makes his saving throw. I refer to them as saving throws. Finally, this guy gets to go. He'll fire at the cannon. And he gets 2 dice. Sabers and a flag. Okay, the flag will not... He can ignore because there's 2 units next to him, so the defender ignores the flag. That is it. Okay. So we go to round 1. The cannonade is done. The British get to go. So let's pull up our British cards and look them over. And I think what we're going to do is... I might be able to use that line volley. Actually, I can't. 2, 2, 1, so it's a little too far away. Man. Infantry range bonus. Be nice to use those 2 together. I could have done quite a bit of damage with that. But I think what we'll do, let's try to do like they did in the real battle. Let's go with an assault right. And then let's use a leader initiative. And I'm going to use him to move a leader into place. So we'll play those 2 cards. So first of all, the leader initiative, I'm going to use Rowden here. And discard 3. And I think I can fire with that unit. I think I can, even though Rowden... Well, I'm going to say I can't. Let's just say I can't on that one. Okay, and then my right assault, I'm going to go 1, 1, 1, and then this leader's going to go here. And then we're going to attack with these 3. Attack, attack, and attack. Okay, discard. Now we have a -1 because they moved, but they can fire. So 2, 2. Okay, so they start with 2 dice. They get an extra dice for being at full, but we're going to ignore that. So just 2 dice to fight that militia. Sabers and cavalry. Okay, neither it's a fire phase, so the sabers don't do anything. Okay, this guy gets to go, and he's got 2 plus being at full is 3 plus having a leader is 4. -1 is 3. So 3 dice against the artillery, cavalry, sabers, and flag. Okay, the flag flag does not take effect because the cavalry or the artillery here is got 2 units next to him, and then finally this light unit gets to go here. Now, it's not a rifle light. No, it's just a light. Okay. Oh, range dice are not reduced. Okay. So he's got, and let's see, that's 2. Okay, 2. Plus he's at full is 3. Plus we don't reduce, so there's going to be 3 die. Sabers, flag, flag. Okay, 2 flags. Now we can ignore 1 flag, but the other flag is going to work on this guy, and he goes 1, 2, 3, and then he tries to make his save. He's at full, so he's got 4 dice. 5 dice minus, was it -1? Yeah, -1 on the rally check. Okay. Where was I? A 4 plus being, so 4 dice. And he got a flag, so he rallies. Okay. That is the British turn. They've done their thing. Okay, we go to the Continentals. And, I like the idea of the line command. Let's do this line command. And let's call up the reserves. And, okay, so we're going to do a line command. And these guys can move 1 hex. They can still fire, too. Discard, and let's see. Okay, and then this guy is going to move up here on this call forward reserve. And so these guys can still fire. Everybody's firing at -1, but they can still fire. So let's just activate our... I like these attacker markers in this. Those help out a lot. This guy can't because artillery can't move and fire. Okay. 1. Okay. So we'll start with this guy. He's going to go after these provincials. 2, 2, 1. He's at full, so that's 3. 2, 2, 1. Full gives him 2, but he's moved. So that's 1 die. And he gets a flag. Okay. This guy can save on that flag because he's got 2 units close to him. Okay, regular is going to fire at this provincial. And it's 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Gets an extra, takes away extra. So all these will have 1 die. Okay. Infantry, that one does hit. And then the same with this guy. Sabers, they do not hit on a, if you're firing, sabers don't hit. Okay. Militia, he can't do anything because everybody's out of line of sight. This woods are in the way and the artillery's in the way. Okay, this guy, militia, Now militia have a 2-1-1, so 2-1-1, so that's 1. He's at full strength, so that's 2. -1 for moving is 1 die. Gets a flag, okay? And this guy ignores it. Same thing, we'll just fire right on that regular here. Gets a flag, and it's ignored, and that is going to be it. Okay, we go to the British turn, and we need to put extra. Got to keep all these cards straight here. Whoop, I don't want that. No, that's right here, inspired leader. Flip it. Okay, what are the Brits going to do? Advance left, inspired leader center. The British line volley. That gives us an additional die. I like that. And we have a huge line here, so let's do that. Let's use the infantry ranged bonus. That only lets 1 unit do it. Okay. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to save that for a leader. But I can do this. So, issue 1 order to each unit, infantry, artillery, cavalry, or lone leader in adjacent contiguous hexes. And so that is going to be a lot. That's a lot of hexes here. Cornwallis can join up here with these regulars. He's in those. This guy can go 1. Let's get those out of the way. And then we're going to have the attacks. So, attack marker, activate, attacker marker, activate, attacker marker, attacker marker. This is going to really help the Brits out here. And attacker marker. Okay. We can get rid of the card. So let's start down here with these lights. 2-1-1. So there's 1 die. Hasn't moved, so don't have to worry about that. And then he gets a 2nd die because he's at full strength. So 2 dice. Sabers and artillery, nothing. Okay. This guy will go. He's got a 2. He gets 2 dice there. He's at full, so that's 3 dice. And he has a leader, so that's 4 dice. Infantry, flag, artillery, and sabers. Okay, so the artillery brings him down 1 by hit. And then he has to take a flag, which is a 1 step backwards. And then we check for the rally, which is 3 dice. He's got a leader adjacent, so I can't keep forgetting whether that leader. I think the adjacent leader, I don't remember if it helps you or not. Anyway, we'll just say 3 dice. Infantry, sabers, and sabers. So this guy does not get a roll of flag, so he is moved down here. He flees the battle, leaving their cannon behind. Okay, we got this guy, and he's going to fire on this militia. 2, he's got 2. He's going to have 3 die. Sabers, flag, and artillery. Okay, they ignore the flag. Sabers don't do anything. Okay, this artillery goes 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Let's fire on this militia right here. Try to break that line up a little bit. So again, we have 2 or 1. We have 1 die here, plus he has full strength, so that's 2 dice. Cavalry and cavalry, nothing. Okay, this guy's going to fire against this artillery here. He's got, it's going to be, starts with a base of 2, and then we add 1 for Cornwallis and 1 for being at full strength, so 4 dice. We get flag, flag, artillery, and infantry. Take the artillery, and then 2 flags. We ignore 1 flag, but he has to move back. Now he can't move back, so instead of moving back, he has to take the hit. And I think they still rally. They still have to rally, so he's got 2, and he does not rally, so he's eliminated. I don't remember the rally rule. That could be, I could be doing that wrong. We'll just make that, we'll just play it with that assumption. I think in war games you have to do that. Sometimes you just have to make a rules assumption and go with it and come back later and see if you did it right or wrong. I would say that 90% of us play a game wrong most of the time due to some minor rule. But okay, this guy, 2, 2, and there's 1 for this militia. Yeah, we'll try to take that guy down. These militia are holding up pretty well. So he's got 2 dice. He rolls a cavalry and an artillery. So neither of those does it. Okay. We'll do the same here on this militia for this regulars under Rowden. They start out with 2 with 1 die, plus 2 is 3 dice. Infantry, infantry, cavalry. Okay, takes hit. Takes hit. Okay, these provincials. The provincials will be 2, 2, and 1. We'll fire on that regular there. And he's at 3, so he's not at full strength. So he just has 1 dice. He gets a flag, okay? And this guy can ignore the flag because he's got 2 units beside him. And then this guy gets 2 dice. We'll fire on that guy also. Flag and infantry, okay. Ignores the flag, but takes a hit on infantry. And that is it for the British turn. They didn't roll that well. I think we did eliminate, I guess, some units, but I was thinking we could break those militia up, but they are really holding. Okay. Americans go. Let's see here. Add a quick step. Probe left, forward. Okay. Let's use the forward command. And let's see if we can reform a unit. And we're going to try to reform that militia unit there. So, forward. Okay, in each section you can have 2 units that can move forward and fire. Or they could stay put and fire. Let's just do that. We are going to stay put. Put attacker marker down. Attacker marker down. Attacker marker down. Attacker marker down, attacker marker down, and this guy, let's see, that's 2, 2, and 2, okay, that guy, okay. And then we will reform. I'm just going to go ahead and reform this guy, roll 1 die, and if there's a leader, no leaders adjacent, so we just roll 1 die, and we get a sabers, which I think that's not going to help us. We rolled the one thing that doesn't help us. Okay, let's get rid of this card. Okay, 2, 2, 1. Let's go after those provincials. And they have 1 die, plus we're at full strength, so that's 2 die. Flag and flag. Okay, we can ignore 1 flag, but we've got to move back. And provincials retreat 2 hexes. Okay, how do they do on a rally? They need to roll 3 die and get a flag. And they do. Okay, so they rally. We're going to go after these regulars here with 2 die. We get a cavalry, nothing. Okay, this militia will go. Same thing. I think we'll fire on Rowden here. We just have 2 die. Sabers and a flag. Okay, nothing. And then this militia will fire here. 2 die? Yeah. Artillery and sabers, nothing. Okay, and then this militia will fire. And 2, and that's, I think they got 2 die. Infantry, well that hit and hurt, but 2. Okay. And then 2, 1, 1. 2 die there. Artillery and sabers, nothing. Rolling a lot of sabers. Okay, British turn. Let's see what the Brits do. Flip it. What are we going to do here? We don't have many guys on the left. We've got a pretty strong center. We've got all units. Okay, let's go ahead and dress the ranks. And let's use our infantry ranged bonus. Well, we'll see who we've got. Okay, dressing the ranks, we can move 1 hex. Or we can fire or move. Okay, and we get a combat. Oh, we get a combat turn. Okay, or a combat card. Sorry. Let's put our combat card there. All units can move. That says it says they can move. So one hex does not. It's units that move may not battle. Okay. Let's put this guy here. This guy here. This guy here. This guy here. And then this guy will, I'm going to attack here. Discard it. Gets us a little closer, and this guy's going to attack. Going to attack this guy right here, so he's got a 2 dice. Sabers and sabers, nothing. Okay. Okay, so the British kind of position themselves. Oh, we get 2 additional die, because that was our infantry range bonus, so 2 more dice. Artillery and cavalry, well, still didn't do anything. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Inspired leader at quick step. And recon and force. We can move 6 people. Basically, with the attack at quick step is, for each command card you have, which they have 5, they can issue 1 order to an infantry unit, artillery, or lone leader. And they have to be adjacent. Okay. They may move 1 more than normal. They can't enjoy range combat, but they can do melee combat. Okay. Do they get a plus? But they do get to melee, so we're going to move, let's see, and that's 5 of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, it doesn't say anything about melee. I think they can fight just fine. Let's see if there's a little note here. Oh, let's check a note. Full strength leader attached, infantry, -1. Infantry unit moves, so moving does take away a die. Okay, that's fine. We're going to melee along here. We're going to start with this guy meleeing here. And he melees at 2. He gets a flag and an artillery, so nothing. Okay, this militia will melee here with a 2. Artillery and an infantry. Well, that artillery takes a hit. Okay, they'll go here. And they get 2 dice. That's all they get. Oh, they get 1 die because they moved. Okay, so they get 1 die. Infantry, and they do hit. Take a hit. Okay, and then we see if Cornwallis is injured. Let's roll 2. If we get 2 sabers, he's gone. Okay, nope. Okay, this militia is going to go against this. They're going to go with this infantry here. And they would normally start with 2. They have 4 full strength, so that gives them 3, but they move, so that's 2. Sabers and a flag. Okay, the sabers take effect. Flag does not. And then finally this militia here against Webster. Yeah, the Colonials are doing a lot better than they did in the actual battle. And last time I played this, they did. The Colonials just cleaned the British's clock. Let's see. They've got 2 plus their full strength is another 1. So that's 3 minus 1 is 2. So 2 dice here. Sabers and infantry. Oh, that hurt. Take hit. And take hit. And then Webster rolls twice. So 2 die twice. So Sabers cavalry, nope. Sabers cavalry flag, nope. Okay. That is it for the Colonials. The Brits get to go. They're losing their good cards too. I should have saved some cards up. Okay, line volley. That's what I needed it. They get an extra die. Okay. And we're in a line volley. This line, there's my line right there. Okay, this could be painful. They get an extra die, so they're at... So Rawdon here is going to fight back. He's got 2 plus 3 for having Rowden there, and 4 for being at full strength. That's 4 die, plus 1 for the card. So 5 die. He gets a cavalry flag, artillery flag. Okay, there's the infantry. We'll take it first. Flags. 2 flags. This guy is not next to 2 units, so he has to take the full 2 backwards. And then we're going to see how he does in the rout. If he rallies from the rout, let me see. I think I have a card that'll save you from a rally. Oh, okay. I'm not going to play the whites. I'm going to play the Continentals are going to play the whites of your eyes. Play this card after a opponent declares a melee, but before. So we're going to do it on the next one here. Okay. Oh, we've got to go back here. This guy routed with 2 dice. He got an infantry and artillery, so he routs from the battlefield. Okay, this artillery unit's going to go, and I'm going to say they're firing right next door, and I'm going to say then that's when the Continentals play this. So the Continentals get an attack back here with the militia. They get 2 die, which are a flag and a flag. Okay, that's 1 flag this artillery has to take. And so he moves back 1, and then the artillery has 3. Flag, infantry, infantry. They make it. So they make their saving throw. I don't know whether the artillery can fight after that or not. I'm going to let them. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. So they got 2 die firing into this militia. And that's going to be 2 plus 1 for the card. So 3 die. Infantry, artillery, and cavalry. Okay. God, these militia are tough. Okay, Cornwallis. We have... I'm going to go after this militia here. Try to soften these guys up. Break the line. So this militia, he's got 2 base die, plus Cornwallis gives him 3, plus the extra die for the card. It's 4 dice. Flag, infantry, cavalry, flag. Okay. Take hit, and then we have 2 flags. So 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he runs off the battlefield. Now these guys that are run off the battlefield don't count towards victory conditions, so we just delete them. Okay. Okay, artillery 2. He's at full strength, so that's 3. And then he gets 1 for the dice, so that's 4 dice that he gets to use. And it's sabers, sabers, infantry, infantry. That guy is removed from the board. Okay. He's going to melee against this militia. He's got 2 die, plus 1 extra die for the card, so 3 die. Infantry, flag, and flag. So we take our infantry hit, and then this guy's going to be removed from the board too. Take hit. Whoops. Delete. Okay. I could have moved into those. I'm not going to move into those hexes. Okay, can this guy... He can fire on Caswell. And I think you just have to get... he has to get a saber. And then otherwise Caswell moves back. Okay, so he's going to roll 2, 2. He starts with 1 die, plus Webster is 2 die, plus the card is 3 die. Okay, and I'm going to say Caswell is eliminated. I kind of forget how leaders are. That's probably wrong, but... Okay, then finally... This light unit can go 2, 2, 1, and then he gets 2 extra die, because he gets 1 for the card and 1 for being at full strength, so 3 die. Infantry, flag, and flag. Take hit. And this guy's going to be eliminated from the battlefield, but not... He doesn't count as a casualty. I think that looks pretty fair. Okie doke. Let's go with... Let's do that quick step. Again, I think I forgot to get a Continental card with them last time, so I think the Americans, they have a Continental card that I owe them from a turn ago. Light battle bonus. We'll play it anyway. Light. Oh, that's these guys. That's not going to do us much good. Okay. Okay, so these are going to quick step to a leader, and all these guys in contiguous hexes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so then, and then this guy can fight. He can melee. So he's meleeing at 2, +1, -1, so 2 dice. Flag and artillery. Okay, the flag takes a... No, flag is ignored because of the leader. Okay. That's it for the Continentals. They didn't do too well that time. I think they're starting to break. Okay, the British can go. Probe center or assault left. Well, we've got quite a few units on the left side. Inspired right. There's no leader. Well, there is a leader on the right. Probe center. How many more do we need? We need 3 more units destroyed. That guy could be wiped out. This guy could be wiped out. I'm not sure he can... Oh, he's melee. Oh, he can melee. That's right. Okay, let's do that. Let's do a probe center. That's 2 units. We draw a combat card. And we can draw another command card here for next turn. Okay, so these 2 units are going to fire. Or this guy's going to fire. Activate. And then we're going to use this guy here. We're going to activate him to melee. So this guy's going to melee first. And he's meleeing at 2 +1 +1 is 4 die. He gets a saber, artillery, cavalry, artillery. Okay, so he did get the saber, and that takes a hit. And then we roll to see if gist or gist, see what the gist is. Okay, nothing. Okay, then this guy is going against that militia, and he's got 2 plus Cornwallis is 3. Flag, flag, and infantry. So the infantry takes a hit, and the 2 flags will send him packing. Okay, because he would be forced back 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he'd be forced out. So again, I don't think those guys actually count as... I guess you could really run these guys off the map and still not win. But okay. Then the Continentals go. Outflanked. I think I like that one. And the light battle bonus. Okay, we will do that. We will move this guy 1. And then this guy 1, 2. That's the flank units. And then I think we'll move this guy here. I guess this didn't do anything, so that's okay. I don't think we got 1 extra die for this light, but is he in range? I don't think he's in range. Let's check and see. Light 2, 2, 1. Now he's out of range. This is the only guy that could use it, but I should have probably saved it. But okay. Gist is going to go against these regulars, and 1. He's got 2 die plus 1 for Gist is 3 die that he can use. So he uses an artillery, a cavalry, and a flag. Rowden causes the ignoral of the flag. And then this guy is at full strength, but it won't matter because he's moved. So 2 die. And we get a cavalry and a flag. Okay, this guy has to move back. The provincial moves back 2. And I'm going to keep moving forward. Now I can go ahead and fight that guy again. Oh, I forgot the battle backs. I forgot. Rowden's going to battle back. Let's do two things. First of all, let's see about the provincial. And the provincial has to roll 5 die and get a flag, and they do. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say that Rowden battle backed against Gist. I keep forgetting that they can do that. That if the unit is not forced back, they can battle. The defending unit can battle back. So I'm going to say he does. So that puts him at 2, 3, 4 die. Cavalry, sabers, artillery, artillery. Okay, so the sabers will take a hit, will cause this guy to take a hit. And then Gist will have to make a save, which he does. Okay, then this guy down here moved, and he can continue to fight. So he gets 2, and he gets an artillery and a flag. So the flag's going to move this guy back. Militia move back 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to force him off the battlefield. Okay, and then he can move, and I think he can move. I think he can fight again. I don't think you're limited to just one. I think you can keep fighting until you get knocked off the map. So I'm going to say, yeah, he can fight back against those provincials. 2 die, cavalry, cavalry, nothing. Okay, but the provincials can now fight back with 3 die, cavalry, cavalry, flag. Okay. 1, and then we see if this guy can rout. He's got 4 or 5 dice, and he saves. Okay, I think I got that right. These rules for the battle backs get a little bit funky, but we'll just go with it. Okay, the British are getting pushed back pretty badly. Let's see if they can do anything here. I could have used with cards, but that's okay. I'm going to use a reform, and I'm going to try to reform this guy at the end of the turn, and then I'm going to use an assault left. That's all the leader. Okay, that's everybody in the left section. Okay. Let's see, it's this guy, and this guy. Those 3 units. Okay. So this guy, provincials are going to fire, and it's 2, 2. They get 3 die. Artillery, infantry, and cavalry. Okay. They take a hit. 2, 2, 1 die. That's just 1 die there. Artillery doesn't do anything, and then the Rowden is going to go against Gist, and they're going to melee. So that's 2 plus 1 plus 1, 4 die. Artillery, cavalry, sabers, and flag. Okay, so we can ignore the flag, but they do take a sabers. Takes a hit, and Gist is going to see if he saves. Cavalry, he saves. Okay, and then Gist is going to fight back. And they've got 2 dice to do it with. Sabers and sabers. Ow. Takes hit. Take it. Whoop. Keep hitting the wrong button here. Take hit. Take hit. Delete. Give me one more hit. Take hit. There we go. Okay, can you battle back from? I don't think you can battle back from a battle back. So, okay, then we will do a reform. This guy's going to try to reform. We roll 2 die, and we get a sabers and an infantry. So he gets 1 back. So recovers a hit. Rowden rallies him, and we discard. Okay. I say that the Continentals is as close, but the Continentals haven't eliminated a unit yet, so let's go with the Continental. There, had to run to the door and get a delivery. Man, it's hot out there too. Like, I think it's 102. So if you hear anything in the background, that's my AC running. Trying to keep cool here in Kansas. I tell you, we have probably the worst weather in the nation here, I think. We get brutal cold winters and terrible summers. Yet I've lived here for 58 years. Go figure. I guess there are things I like about it. Enough yakking. Let's see here. We did this. Did I do a... Oh, those are all assault less. Oh, okay. Yeah. Probe the center. That just sounds funny. Getting your center probed. Okay, the Continentals will go. Probe left. My left flank isn't very much. Inspired leader. I got that guy. He's kind of inspired. Recon and force or the forwards. Well, the forwards look like about the best. That's going to give me the most units that I can put into battle. Pretty much all of my units are just fleeing off the map. But let's do it. Okay, this guy's going to fight. And that will be one. And then this guy, he can fire down the edge of that hex into that hex. So we're going to do that. Now that will be my right flank for the Colonials. We can then move my center. We can guess I could move this guy and this guy. And then this guy, and we will put Porterfield over there. Okay, so light has a 2-2-1. 2-2-1. Okay, we might be able to take this guy down. So this guy's at full strength. So he's got 2 die, plus Porterfield gives him 3, plus being full gives him 4. Hold on. Now that's 2 die. This is his range is 2-2-1. So 1 die plus Porterfield is 2 plus being full strength is 3. So 3 die. Cavalry, flag, and artillery. Okay, nothing. The flag won't matter. Cavalry, no. Okay. Militia, 2-2-1, nothing. Okay, and then this guy will go 2-2-1. I keep saying that. Yeah, those are 2. I wish artillery was a little more powerful in this game. So 2-2-1. He's at full strength, so that gives him 2 die. Flag and cavalry. Okay, and Cornwallis will neutralize the flag. So that's it for him. Okay, then gist. Let's get the gist of it. God, I'm terrible. My kids would be making fun of me right now. We got 2 die plus 1 for gist is 3 die. Artillery, flag, and flag. Okay, so the flag, 1 flag is sent back. He goes backwards, and then we see if he can rally. He's got 3-4 to rally. He does not. Okay. So finally, the Continentals actually get a unit, and then Rowden has to roll 2 and gets his flag. So he is able to rally, and he moves back to... We'll move back with these provincials. Okay. And that ends the colonial turn. The British go, and they get a... Oh, and they get I forgot the colonials get a combat card. Come on out of here. Okay, there we go. And then the British get to go. We got to smash these guys. We need 3 guys down. I could advance the center. I could probe the left, advance the left, or probe the right. I think I'm going to use a probe right, and that will give me an extra card for the next round. Let's get that while we're thinking of it. I'll put advance right. There we go. There we go. Okay, probe right. We can move forward. We can move forward. And then we can fire. That would be 2-2. We start with 2 and plus 3 for having Webster, minus 1 for moving. So 2 dice. Let's try it again. Flag and sabers. Okay. Ignore the flag. Sabers, ignore that one too. And then this guy, 2-2. He's got 1. He's got 1 dice he can use. Infantry, okay. So he takes an infantry hit, and then we roll to see if Porterfield, he's fine. Okay. And that's it. Americans go. Order a leader. Okay, we're going to use this guy, and we're going to order him to fire. And then we need to keep our right. We're going to advance right. And we'll get another card. Okay, so advance right. That's 3 units that can move. We will activate him. We will activate him, and then he will move forward. Okay, and he can fire. Okay. So let's start with these guys. He's got a 2, 2, and a 1, plus he's at full strength, so that's 2 dice against that light artillery there. Flag and flag, 2 flags, moves him back, and then this guy gets 3 dice to see if he rallies. He does. Okay, just 1, 2, 2, 1. He cannot fire there, so just is stuck. And then this guy here, he should have moved forward. And then this one is 2, 2, 1. And then he's got 1 dice plus 1 for being full. So 2 dice, a flag, and an artillery. So neither of those does anything. So we discard that. Now, leader initiative here is going to be a 3. Let me check my little cheat sheet here. Where are you, cheat sheet? Not you. You. Okay, there we go. With light, 2, 2. Okay, there's 2. They get a extra dice for having a leader. That gives them 3 dice. And they get infantry, sabers, and flags. So the infantry hits, the flag's ignored, and the sabers are ignored because they're firing. And that ends the American turn. We go to the British turn. Advance right. Well, that's a possibility. Advance left or advance center. I like the bayonet charge. We are going to do that. We are going to do a bayonet charge, just like the real battle. 3 infantry can move 2 hexes and still battle. So we will move him here. We will move him here. And we will move... Okay, they can't engage in range combat. That's fine. We'll do that. Okay, we're going to use the bayonet charge. Was there a bonus with that? No, no bonus. Okay. Okay, so this guy's going to go, first of all, this provincials here. They get 2. They're going to have 4 dice against these regulars. And they get a cavalry infantry. Take hit, and we take a hit. Oh. Okay, and then Cornwallis's regulars will go. And he's got against Gist here. We continue that fight. Oh, these guys can fight back. Yeah, we will fight back. Throw 2 die at him. Flag and artillery. Okay, that flag will be ignored. Okay, then the regulars will move. And, okay, so they've got... Cornwallis gives them 1 plus 2 is 3 dice. Infantry, sabers, and sabers. Finally, okay. Take a hit, and he is out of there. And then sabers and sabers. So now they took 3 hits. So just has to make 3 saving throws. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And he's going to move back there. He's going to retreat back. This guy's going to move in, and he can continue with his charge. He's going to try these guys here. So Cornwallis tries again with 3. Flag, flag, and sabers. Okay, so the sabers, we take a hit. And then the flags are going to be 1 and 2. And then these guys have a roll of 3, and they do not get it. And so they are eliminated. Okay. Now, I don't know. I don't think this guy can battle back here. So, okay. That is the end of the British turn. Let's go to the Continentals. They could do the bayonet charge. When they play this card, it becomes a copy of the command card your opponent played in the last turn. Was the bayonet charge a command, or was that a... No, that was not a command card. That was a combat card, so can't do that. Okay. Recon and Force for King and Country. Roll 1 die for each command card. That's the one we want. That's that one card that all of the... it's common to all the Command and Colors system. So you roll 1 die for each command card, which is 5. And for each rolled 1, and they all have 1 extra die. And we get 2 combat cards. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's take our 2 combat cards. Even though you take these at the end of the turn, I take them here just because I remember to, since I'm playing solitaire. Not a great solitaire game. Okay. All commanders draw 2 combat cards. Okay, I guess the Brits get 2 combat cards too. Oops, they don't get continental ones. I don't know how we got... There we go. Okay, for King and Country. So we need a roll for 5. The Americans roll 5 die. Now for each symbol rolled, they get 1 unit. Okay, so... let's see. Okay, sabers don't... My gosh. I guess I'll roll 2. We're gonna fire at we're gonna fire there. And the other flag, I guess we'll fire here. That was kind of a bum deal. Let's put this in here, and we will reshuffle them. There we go. Okay. 2 plus 2 is 4. There's going to be 4 die against Cornwallis. So we get cavalry flag, artillery, and flag. So 1 flag can be ignored. And then the other one will move him back. And then he has 4 die. And he saves. Okay. And then over here, we have a 2, 2. We have 2 die. Plus 1 is 3 die. Artillery, sabers, and sabers. Nothing. Okay. Boy, nobody's rolling great this time. And the Brits get to go. Okay, you got hold the line. We've got training. And we've got leader initiative. Okay, the leader initiative is always nice. So we're going to play leader initiative. Always do that one. And I'm going to do the advance right. I should bring Tarleton and his group up, but that's okay. Okay, advance right. So 3 of these units can go. We'll go 1. And he will be activated. This guy will be activated. This guy will be activated. And then that takes care of those guys. And then we're going to move Cornwallis up and attack again. Activate. Okay. So this guy will start with 2 dice. Let's see, 2, 2, and so he has 3 dice. He gets 3 flags. Okay, so 1 flag can be ignored, but the other 2 can't. And these guys move off the map. Now, then we'll see if this guy, what happens to him? He has to roll a flag or he runs away. Artillery, he does not. So I'm going to call him... This guy's going to just leave the map and be deleted. But since the Porterfield didn't make the saving throw, I'm going to call that a combat loss. So he got the 2 artilleries. he should have had a flag on there, and he did not. So he basically got swept up and taken away with them. But I think I will call that one. I guess we could keep playing it, but I think we're still 8-1. So I'm pretty sure the Brits will win this one. Anyway, that's what I got on this one. Comparing this to Hold the Line, oh gosh, I think I actually like this one a little bit better. It's a little swingier, which this probably should not have been a swingy battle if you were going to represent it at all. I mean, the Gates's men pretty much were unprepared for what happened to them in this. So I still think, though, this one's, it can go back and forth, but like this showed, I think it does show this line being driven back and just leaving the countryside behind. So anyway, that's kind of what I got. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these. Next week I will be doing Kings Mountain. So, and that one's kind of cool. I actually took some footage at the battlefield and I'll be showing it with that. So anyway, you guys have a good one. Thanks.